All eyes turned, every breath held. The room, packed wall to wall with legal scholars, and journalists, and congressional staffers, froze in time. Justice Brett Kavanaugh sat at the witness table, still, pale, blinking. Across from him, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett held up a document, a single page. No theatrics. Just one question. Could you explain why you applied strict scrutiny in this case? But rational basis in this nearly identical one, not a sound, not a whisper. Even the cameras stopped clicking. This wasn't a political jab. This was a surgical strike. And it hit the court where it hurt most its integrity. She didn't rise from the think tanks. She didn't build her career in back rooms. She fought in real courtrooms, defended real people, faced real consequences. A civil rights litigator turned legislator. Jasmine Crockett came to Congress with the full weight of constitutional law behind her, not just another voice, a force. So when she walked into that oversight hearing, she didn't bring talking points. She brought case law, citations, and contradictions. She wasn't there to trend. She was there to shake the very foundation, and by the end of that hearing, the ground had shifted. She didn't start with opinions. She started with facts. In Americans for Prosperity, the court applied strict scrutiny to protect anonymous donors. 3 months later, in Cedar Point Nursery, only rational basis to restrict labor organizing, 2 cases. Same constitutional clause. Different treatment. Crockett leaned forward. Is the Constitution for corporations only, or do workers count too? Justice Kavanaugh blinked, paused. Different cases, different contexts. He said. Crockett didn't flinch. She flipped to the union brief. First Amendment claims right there, page 37. The court chose to ignore them. Then came the screens. Quotes, side by side. Opinion to opinion. Kennedy v. Bremerton. Fulton v. Philadelphia. One protected prayer. The other permitted discrimination. Identical standards. Hardly. Crockett pointed out what legal scholars whispered for years. The court bends depending on who's talking. Justice Kavanaugh shifted. Again, these are complex issues, he said. But Crockett wasn't done. She pulled up his Harvard Law Review article. She read his own words on viewpoint neutrality. And then, with one chart, she tore the illusion apart. Red columns, blue columns, a chart. Crockett showed how Justice Kavanaugh applied strict scrutiny to conservatives 100% of the time. La Bourguignon, civil rights groups, rational basis. Even Republicans on the committee leaned in. This wasn't drama. This was doctrine, being dissected in real time. And Kavanaugh had no escape hatch. He tried. We weigh different values in different cases, he said. But Crockett cut through it. Values don't get to choose their speaker. Principles must be consistent, or they're not principles at all. She could have stopped there, but Crockett had one more blow. She flipped open her final binder. Justice Kavanaugh, why does a football coach's prayer deserve more protection than a Muslim citizen barred from flying for refusing to spy on his community? Silence. In the eyes of the First Amendment, are some religions worth more than others? The justice stumbled. The words wouldn't come. Crockett didn't smile, didn't gloat. She just let the silence speak. By nightfall, law professors were emailing students. Legal Twitter erupted. Lawrence Tribe called it historic. Judge Ludig called it legitimate. Bar associations, law schools, even conservative scholars had to concede. She found the fault lines, and she mapped them for all to see. His reply, generic, abstract, a dodge in legalese. He appreciated her preparation. He respected the questions, but the inconsistencies, he never denied them. He never explained them. And everyone saw that, for a man who built his career on judicial precision, he had just been unstitched by a congresswoman with a binder. Clerks talked. Justices whispered. Kavanaugh's own colleagues, according to insiders, admitted the questions were real. The patterns undeniable, and when the next First Amendment case came, Kavanaugh's opinion looked different. The scrutiny matched the principal, not the plaintiff. Change didn't come in a press release. It came in how he wrote the law. Crockett didn't yell, didn't tweet, didn't grandstand. She studied, prepared, executed, and with nothing but logic, precedent, and one well-placed question, she held a Supreme Court justice accountable on national television. The takeaway: in the courtroom of democracy, titles don't protect you from the truth. And when that truth comes wrapped in facts, even the highest robe can't stop it. The next generation of leaders watch this hearing and they learn something. The pen is still mightier, but only when it's prepared, only when it's principled, only when it's in the hands of someone who actually gives a damn. That day, Justice Kavanaugh faced something more powerful than politics. He faced the Constitution, and Jasmine Crockett was the one holding it open.